everybody, DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel. Let's farm some news, baby. Let's take farm some news. Farming Simulator 22 got a big update over the weekend. Plus, we've got 16 modders to talk about. So you know what? Let's check it out. Yesterday, Giants released patch 1.2.0.1 for PlayStation and Xbox players, which fixed the problem with mods. So if you're playing Farming Simulator 22 on any console platform, you can now download all the mods that were released last week. If you want to see all 54 of the new ones and both of the updates, check out the video that I released yesterday titled New Mod Dump for Xbox and PlayStation. I will leave that down below. One thing to remember this week and moving forward is that most of the Giants staff is off for Christmas break, so we might see some mods, we might not. We're just going to have to wait and see. Stay tuned to the channel as I'll bring you guys all the updated information on mods, even on Christmas Day. If there's anything, I'll bring that to you guys. But yeah, and I'm streaming all week this week starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So see you guys there. Said Modding says that his John Deere 8R, 8RT, and 8RX are going to be receiving support for the Demco side quest tanks. You're going to be able to configure each option that you need when in the store when you're buying actually the tanks, as you're going to need a slightly different version for the hooks, for tracks, or wheels. We can also see that we're going to have different color options for the tanks as well, and they are looking fresh. Vectorman's recently released Deutz D16006 is going to be getting an update soon, and there is a visual problem with the dashboard decals, and that's what this update's going to be fixing. The problem has actually been corrected already, and the update is with Giants awaiting testing. Additionally, he says that the Road Rage certification failed last week due to a few small problems with the mod, and because of this, a few things have changed in comparison to the fact sheet that we looked at recently. You see that here. There's no more motor configurations, and the top speed is now limited to 200 kilometers per hour or 125 miles per hour. And as for those of you looking forward to the Lizard Continental, we unfortunately don't have any updated information on that mod at this time. Today we get a new look at the Stara ST Max, which is going to be supporting some new wheels looking fresh. This tractor has been teased quite a bit recently from Holes FS, and we haven't gotten any definitive information about the mod. Either way, I'll keep you guys updated when we get it and when we get more. I know many of you, including K-Bot, are ready to see some Stara back in Farm Sim. Some good news for those of you ready for an auto-load bell trailer. Universe Sim Modding say their rolling pack update is currently going through internal testing. It will be including updates and fixes that were reported on the initial release, with the addition of plate lights, flashing LEDs, and of course, auto-loading. Let's go! It's probably not going to be until January before we see this, which does stink, but we'll let you know when it's on its way. Connect Modding teases us today with some progress and mods to look forward to, including some new brands like Banderanti, with 7 mods being worked on, MP Agro with 3 mods, Jet with 14 mods of 1 map, and then 15 more mods from 2 different unannounced brands. I assume one of them is going to be Jatco. Either way, Connect Modding is also one of the Brazilian ambassadors, so if you're in South America and you're curious who your representative is for Giants in that area, well, one of them is Connect Modding, so check them out, link below. How's about a new John Deere planter? Well, Agro Mods have announced their next mod for FS22, the John Deere 1113 planter, which is currently being worked on and then will be sent off from Auto for testing once it's completed for all platforms. Everything Agro Mods makes is for all platforms? Hey, this is no different. Ada Modding's got their Krina Lizard Slurry Tank ready for FS22 players for all platforms as well. It says that it has been sent off for testing as of yesterday. This is going to hold 6,000 liters of slurry or digestate. We'll have an 11-meter working width at 14 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour. You're going to need 50 horsepower to run this bad boy. Today we've got some updated information from 4D Modding on a few mods that they've been working on, starting off with their dually 20-foot trailer, which they say they're making great progress on, and if all goes well this week, they're going to actually be releasing it on PC, and they're going to send off the console version to Giants at a later date. Speaking of PC releases, they released their High-Spec 1000 side spreader for PC players this weekend over on ironagri.net, with the console version being sent off for testing over on another day, probably in a couple weeks or something like that. Likely won't be seeing either of these anytime soon on consoles, as they're going to be around 1,000 mods sitting waiting to be tested with Giants when they return to the office. If you do want to download the High-Spec 1000, the download link is below. Dutch Mod & Co. have released new screenshots of their upcoming old storage shed, which is going to be making a return to Farm Sim 22, and it's even got a snow roof, which is awesome. It's fairly small, but large enough to put just about whatever you want in there, and we don't have many sheds right now, so for once, I'll take as many sheds as we can get. If you're looking for a smaller disc harrow, EY Modding's got you covered with their 2.5 meter harrow for FS22, which they say is with Giants awaiting testing. However, probably won't see this till January. We've got a bunch of updates from Nathan on quite a few of his mods that he's working on right now, starting off with Meadow Grove 22. He says that this is getting there, but they're waiting on a new update to the Giants editor to come out since the recent update 1.2 has broken a few things with GE9. We'll talk more about that later in the video. So work on the map has stopped for now. Their All But pack is getting a few things redone and adding some front loader configurations, but work's looking good there. Their JCB pack is totally converted for FS22, but he's redoing the attachers to work with the in-game telehandlers, but he'll also have a JCB attacher just in case that comes out for FS22. And lastly, their AW trailer pack is getting regular work, is getting a few things redone. He's also got new bits as well. Gonna be 3 trailers, got a 18, 22, and 26 foot versions with ladder configurations, design configurations, and a toolbox. You'll also be able to change up the base color and rim colors. As for now, that's all the information we've got from Nathan. Missy B's converting her Riverside Farms map for FS22 and is looking for your feedback on things that you would like to see in the new version. She has posted a Google Doc link with a few questions, and if you would like to have direct input on the outcome of this new version of the map, definitely check out the questionnaire. I'll leave that link below. Looking for some wood to cut down? Well, FDR Logging has posted new screenshots of their upcoming logging map for FS22. We didn't get any information on it. It's just beautiful, and I had to include it in this version. That's all. FSH Modding give us one last update for a while on their Mezzofalva farm conversion for FS22, saying they've already logged about 200 hours of modding total on it, and they're trying their best to get it done as quickly as possible, but will not be sacrificing quality for save time. They're going to be taking some time off for the holidays, as you would expect, so this is probably the last update we're going to get on this map until January. The map is looking great though. One modder who's also made progress on a highly requested map is Black Eyes Official Modding, also known as OBE. They had planned to post a few screenshots of their map Issue Farm during the holiday season, but as we talked about, the update 1.2 patch has messed with the map a little bit as they were preparing for it. So they're going to be working on that and getting the problem sorted as quickly as possible. So it was a really cool map in Farm Sim 19, as it was one of the first, if not the first map to include grapes in Farm Sim 19, and even brought over the New Holland Broad into the mod hub. Now the grapes are base game, and so is the Broad. This map's going to be better than ever. We're just going to have to wait a little bit longer to see it in its full glory, that's all. With the recent release of No Man's Land on Mod Hub, a few issues have been found, and Alien Jim was on it. He's already got the update submitted for testing. This update will enable you to sell a few things like cotton, wool, bells, and milk at the farm shop. He's also added a placeable sawmill to the map to enable the making of planks. This update will work with existing game saves, so you can update it and keep playing without any problems. There is, of course, no ETA on the update. You're probably going to see this in like January or something like that. As we talked about, Giants are going to be off for the next 3 weeks or so. They do have a small crew at the office part of this week, and a few people will be coming back early after the new year, but it's going to be a little while before we see anything on Mod Hub or even any updates to the game. Just keep all that in mind. And lastly today, let's look at the Old Stream Farm for FS22 by Black Sheep Modding, which is being made for all platforms, by the way. They say that they've lost a week's worth of work due to the error with GE9 that other modders have experienced after update 1.2, but they're working hard to recreate the village environment, which you can see here in these screenshots. We get to see the factories, BGA, sell points, and more. There's still a few things left to be done, but they are making great progress and say they will be trying to get this map out as quickly as possible. We'll likely see something near the end of the year, possibly into January. So stay tuned for that. But one great thing is videos here on the channel are going to be going on every single day. And also, just like every episode of Farm Sim News, links to all topics discussed today can be found in the description below. There's no release dates for mods, and myself nor anyone else knows when any mod is going to be released. If I did not talk about something that you're interested in or curious about, that just simply means that there's no new information at the time of recording this video. Please refer to previous episodes on the most current status of those projects, and make sure you stay tuned to the channel for updated information on everything new going on in the world of Farming Simulator. Well guys, that is going to be it for today's Farm Sim News. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it. Get subscribed to the channel if you're new and join the GoHam fam. Make sure you turn your notification bells on as well so that you never miss daily Farming Simulator videos here on the channel. And I mean it, daily videos. We're going to be doing videos all this week through Christmas and even next week on my birthday and on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Not going to be skipping any. So stay tuned. All being said, hope you have a great day. We'll see you later. Peace. All right, so the big question is, what should we do during the live stream today?